Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to a new Snooker 19 video, and today it's time for the second part of our Road to the Top series on the Betfred World Championship online tournament on Snooker 19. Now if you didn't watch the first part of this series, I'd really recommend you do so because I'll explain what goes on, but if you don't want to watch that and you're just watching this episode, basically we're just going to try and get to the top of the rankings of the Betfred World Championship tournament just by playing half an hour a day. So that will really be 2 games maximum. If both games are less than 15 minutes. Basically, if the time at the end of 2 games is less than half an hour, then we can play another game. But the minimum we're going to get is 2 games, of course, because each game is a maximum of 20 minutes. But it is only on a good day that we're really going to get 3 matches. But a bit of a really explanation I've got to give you here, because as you can see, there's 2 wins and 2 losses, so that would surely mean 4 games. But we only played 2 on Monday's episode. Now, Episode 2 was meant to come out yesterday on Tuesday, and I've got quite a funny story about this. I sat down and recorded it, actually won my first game. I was very proud as well, because I played against somebody who's very high up in the rankings here. It won't load now, but I'll just keep rambling on. Someone very high up in the rankings called Lewis D, who played as Mark Selby, and I was a little bit fearful because he'd got a century, I think a high break of 120, but we managed to beat him. We got about a 60 break and managed to beat him. Then we went into our second game. Again, weren't playing bad there and probably could have picked up 2 wins. And then we had the classic power cut, and that was interesting because, of course, that turned everything off. The recording went kaput. Bye-bye, we're never going to see that again. And we had about 3 power cuts in a row, and it was very strange. They all lasted for about 2 minutes. We had 3 power cuts in a row. I had to go out for the day after I'd recorded this anyway, and I thought, you know what, let's just miss a day. I think it's obviously meant to be that I wasn't going to record a video of this yesterday. So, obviously, the stats do change a little bit compared to yesterday's videos. We've got 1 more win from that game against Lewis. And the loss because we forfeited the match, of course, because we disconnected. But for the life of me, I cannot find myself in the rankings. I mean, I've been looking for a good probably 20 minutes now. And the number 167 seemed to be one that I thought I was roughly at when I looked back. Because I did find where I was yesterday, which is even more infuriating. If I'd have found where I was and got that on video, then I could have worked out where I am this morning. But I've got absolutely no idea where I am in the rankings. As I say, I think we're about rank 167. But I think after probably a few games today, we'll sort of work out where we are. Because as we move up or down the rankings, you'll sort of get a gist, I think, of where we've moved to. But I'll just try and find us anyway after a game. But we are going to play as Graham Dott today. Somebody who, in yesterday's Snooker Championship, was a player who I thought, wow, how determined have you got to be to get there? If you didn't watch the World Snooker Championship yesterday, you won't know that Graham Dott bought a 8-1 loss, effectively. Bingham's 8-1 lead down back to 9 each, basically. And it was quite an incredible match to see how Graham Dott was determined and just played some fantastic snooker. So I'm going to play as him today. Again, maybe talk a little bit about the World Championships, possibly. But we are playing against the Red Tiger or the Red Tiger. I suppose it might be just not a misspelling, but a pun or something. I'm not really sure. But anyway, we're playing against, we'll call him the Red Tiger, and he's playing as Mark Williams. So, a tricky match, but of course, every player is pretty much the same in this online mode. So, play doesn't really make too much difference. But let's see how Mark Williams breaks off. Look at them in the crowd, they're already clapping. I don't really see what there's to clap about. It was a bit of a poor break, that was. The worst thing you can do on a break off is hit the blue, and that's exactly what he's done there. So we either go for this red into the middle pocket, the corner pocket, or this one. We haven't got much time to think about it, so I think we'll play this one, yeah. Bit of a tricky shot, but hopefully it works out. Don't know what's going on with Graham Dott's hair in this game. Blimey, that looks awful. Hopefully, but if it's by the pocket, that's cracking. Not a bad start from us there. The pink won't go, so I don't know why they're hinting at that one. Now, the blue is a bit of a tricky shot. It's one of them that can be a bit dubious, so hopefully it goes. That's a good pot. But I don't know what they've done to Graham Dott's hair in this game. It doesn't look very good. But, oh well. Of course, he hasn't really got a full head of hair, so I'm not disputing that fact, but his hair does look a bit weird. But we've got another red on here. Got off to a good start in this game, and hopefully we can continue that. Now, the screw back wasn't really too effective there, but luckily we're still okay. Could be on the black, but again, there's no real point taking that risk at this moment in time, in my opinion. So, we'll play with some top, and see if we can get this into the corner pocket.
The long pot's on, and he's going for it.
Blues there, good pot. Now we start to run out of position just a little bit. But let's see what we can make of it. You know, Bingham nearly losing to Dot yesterday proved that you can do anything. Arguably, it might have been Bingham who bottled it, but, you know, Dot played really well. That's a cracking pot. Good stuff. The commentators seem to like that one anyway. And now we're on to a colour, and in fact, we might be on the black, but again, I'm not going to risk that, so it might be a boring one, but if you watch my career mode stuff, which is a good promo time, actually, for my career mode stuff, I do play as Neil Robertson, and that is well into it now, the career mode. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Oh, we might have just been saved by that red, you know. I do a career mode with Neil Robertson, a daily career mode out at 6 PM. This is your first video of mine, and we're well into that career mode now. And in many of the episodes so far, I have been known to say that a yellow is better than a smack in the face. But that red looks good to me. Looks good from this angle as well. Probably get some screw back on it. Come on, Dotty. Good pot. And we started well here. Of course, you could argue that, like last episode, you could exploit the match countdown and only play a shot every 30 seconds, but that's just a bit ridiculous, to be honest. But admittedly, when I played yesterday, that problem didn't really exist. Now, that blue looks a bit dubious to me. That problem didn't really exist, to be fair. You know, the people I was playing against did play fairly, if you like. They didn't exploit the timings, and there were 2 cracking games, which is why it was such a shame that we did have that power cut, and they were cut out. But a good start for us here. The other player not really had a look in so far. Whether it was just the lucky omen of playing with Graham Dot or anything, I'm not really sure. This red looks like a decent one. Again, we're going to have to screw back off the cushion. And that's a good pot. Commentators seem to like that one as well. Admittedly, I haven't really listened to a lot of the commentary so far. In depth anyway, because a lot of it is just them repeating the same lines. Which does happen if you play a lot of games, of course. But, you know, it's a little bit annoying. I wouldn't say the commentary is the best feature of this game. But you just get on with it, really. But 4 minutes in, and after his break-off, this chap, the Red Tiger, hasn't really had a chance. Now, that's a tight pot, but I reckon we can do it. Unless there's anything else that's better. We've got a little bit of time now. I don't think there is really anything that's better, so in light of that, we'll play this shot and play it very soft, just to make sure it's got every chance of going in. And that's a good pot. And nicely onto the pink, actually, if the table doesn't deceive me. But I wonder if you've been watching the Snooker World Championship, folks, so far. I haven't really missed a minute, to be honest, when I can anyway. I haven't missed a minute, because I am really enjoying the championships. Of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan went out yesterday. That was massive. And, again, I suppose I could have played as James Cahill, but I can guarantee a lot of people will be playing as him at the moment, so I didn't want to copycat on that. Now, it's either this long red or one of these into the corner pocket. And honestly, I fancy the long red. Might be a risk, and it might be a frame loser if it goes wrong. But we can play it nice and soft. He's looking at this red. Tricky coming off the cushion. But is it there? Good pot. What a cracker. And the pink should follow up from this. The good thing with just playing over a frame is that, you know, if you get in and play well, then you've got every chance of winning the frame at one visit. Just having a look at this pink. It's a little bit of a trickier shot than it seems, to be quite honest. And it could be a risk. But it's there. It does hit the jaw, but luckily it's fine. 38. And our positional play has been pretty good so far, which was a big feature of Graham Dott's breaks last night. He was, as I say, he played really well. But we're playing as well, to be honest. We're playing quite well here, and definitely our best display out of the online mode so far, anyway. 39. And what's the break looking like? 39. I mean, it's not the biggest, but, you know, it could well be enough to win this game. I don't quite know how good the other bloke is. Of course, we haven't really seen much from him, so we won't really know, to be honest. But that pink was a good one. I feel like we are going to run out of position at some point. We've got a little bit lucky so far. Now, this pot is not the easiest. Good pot, though. And we are on the black now. And if we get, I think we'll probably get a black and one more red. It's going to take a long way for him to come back from there. Our positional play, as I say, has been good so far. I can guarantee we can run out of position at one point. Hopefully that red doesn't go into the pocket. No, it doesn't. It's quite a way away, which is fine. And that takes us on to a 50 break. 53, fantastic. Well, as I said, we might well win this frame in one visit, and if we did, that would be mightily impressive. Going to play with some top for the first time here. First time in a while, anyway. Oh, and it hasn't pulled up trumps. Bit of a poor shot that was. And now it is his chance to try and get back into this. I mean, a 53 break. How many are left on the table? There are 5 red, so 67 remaining on the table. He can still definitely come back into this, but it requires a big break. And us not to have another chance, really. Because if we do get back to the table, we'll probably take this frame. But we'll see what he can do.
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
That's a good red to start him off.
What a top pot that was.
But because of where the red's situated now, the black is a little bit out of commission. But I'm guessing he'll take the pink here.
He's looking at the pot into
He is, he's going for the pink. Oh, he's missed it. I did think that was going a little bit wayward, and he's missed the pink. So, an opportunity for us here. One more red and another colour, and it's frame over. And that's a good pot on the red. But it's pretty much the red, I think, that is the frame clincher. But the colour will only just wrap it up. Now, we can't get to the green, unfortunately, so black probably is our best shot here.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
And it's there. Good pot. And we're nicely on this red that we're next to. We might as well stay at the table and build up a bit of experience. Again, we pretty much dominated this frame. He hasn't had a look in. He potted one red, but apart from that, he hasn't had a look in at all.
9.
Still not absolutely sure how the point system works in this, I'll be completely honest. It seems weird, you know, you get about 15 points winning a match. Well, I knew we didn't get 1 point for winning a match because the bloke at the top's on about 300 odd, and I thought, no, he can't have played 300 matches. That's just absolutely ludicrous. I know that people get addicted to games, but playing that many, oh my god, that'd just be ludicrous, wouldn't it? Just going to give this ball a smash, because again, I think the game's pretty much over. And hopefully we can save some time here by getting this match wrapped up within 10 minutes. And maybe getting free in today. But there we go. He's been forced to concede because he's that far behind. And within 10 minutes, it was 9 minutes and 40, I think. We have won the match. What a cracker that was. Really good break with Graham Dott. And that will add to the points total. And of course, takes our wins and losses from 2 each to more into the green. With 3 wins and 2 losses. Let's see if we make it 4 wins and only 2 losses. But let's see where we are in the rankings first. Hopefully we can find where we are. Must have been ranked 267 that we must have been then, because we're nowhere near this 167 mark. We're certainly not above it. I've checked every name above that. Just scrolling down, it's tricky to find, to be honest. I mean, it would be fantastic if you just had something to go to me or go to player, because it's very frustrating to keep looking through this just to see if you can find yourself. But I thought that you get about 15 points each win, so it would seem weird for us to be all the way down here. But we're still going. Again, I don't think we'll be all the way down this end. Might be wrong. I think we'll get to 300. If we can't find ourselves then that's a very weird situation. Because I can't find myself anywhere in the top 300, and with 3 wins, we were definitely ranked 167. I think it's probably 267 we were then now. No, I mean, we can't find ourselves there. Just randomly chuck it up 100, see if we can find ourselves. I mean, we've looked through these already, and actually, I mean, if you guys see me, you need to shout. But I can't see myself in these lists, to be honest. No, not there. We'll have a quick glance. Well, still none the wiser about our ranking. We're now playing TM Skull, who's playing as Mark Allen. Look at that record. 23 online wins, 127 as his highest break. It was a little bit like this Lewis D chap who we played yesterday. Obviously, you guys didn't see that. He had similar stats, and we beat him, so that's a good omen. And we're playing as Graham Dott, who we played with really well before. But let's see how we get on. So who's to break? It's us to break. Surely we can't make a worse break than the chap the Red Tiger did in the last frame. Just don't hit the blue. Yeah, it's fine. Possibly a little bit too hard, but again, it's fine. And it's right back up to the bulk, and that was pretty much perfect. Let's see what Mark Allen, or of course, what's his name? Skull. We'll call him Skull. What can Skull do here?
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
He's going for the red on the cushion. And I knew he was going to miss that. It was a very weird shot for him to play, I have to say, especially this early on. I'd never play that, and it's really let us in now. But don't tell anyone, but I'm rubbish at these shots.
Should be straightforward enough.
But on that occasion, it's in. Oh, it's gone straight into the pack of reds. A bit of a dummy, to be honest.
Touching ball.
Now, we're touching ball, so we're going to nominate the black. Can we play the black? Yeah, we can, absolutely. Right, let's play this nice and soft. Hopefully we can get to the black. That wasn't the best shot ever, but it certainly wasn't the worst.
Yep.
He might have an angle on a red into a middle pocket, but not the worst safety shot there. Again, I was just overcompensating. I didn't quite know how hard we had to hit it to get off the cushion to that black, so I'd rather have done that than hit it too soft and got a foul. But he might get this. Well, fantastic precision. Unlike before when he went for that red on the cushion. And this could be Skull coming in for a good break now.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner.
Good blue.
Down it goes.
Plenty of power.
Well, I think he tried to almost move that shot into the pack of reds, but he failed. But he did pot the red. He's not doing badly here. Not in the best position. We'll have to probably take the brown here as his maximum. Nothing wrong with the yellow, but I think he probably will take the brown here. That would make more sense. But positionally, there isn't really a fantastic shot here, but he's just putting it up for the behind the yellow. But no foul, he's missed it.
Well, he's a little fortunate there.
Well, he tried to snooker us there, but he missed the yellow. And to be quite honest, we're going to force him to continue from there, because if,
Well, let's see.
you know, he snookered himself in effect there. He tried to snooker us, so I'll give him a taste of his own medicine. He can try and get out of this snooker rather than us. I'd much rather it be him than us, and let's see how he gets on.
He won't want to underhit this shot.
Let's see, is he out? He is, that's not a bad shot, to be fair. Very good shot to get out of that snooker, very impressive.
Well,
Did a lot better than we could have done there, but equally, you know, I'm much happier with him getting out of the snooker
Key here.
than us trying, because that would have been a disaster. But just straight up the table, maybe a little bit too hard, but again, because the reds are all so bunched up, it doesn't leave on the possibility of a pot. Not much of a... Much more cagey affair than I think than the first match was. In the first match, we'd already really knocked in sort of 20 or 30 break in 4 minutes, but this one's going to be a much more long-haul match, a tricky one to win. But because it's only a one-frame match, there's a lot more pressure with just bolting open the reds
Really
and blasting open the pack.
pace here. Doesn't want to overhit this.
Another thin safety shot here. That's not a bad shot at all. Now, unfortunately, this won't go to the middle pocket, so we're just going to put this up, nestle this up behind the colour. What am I on about? The red. There we go, that's the one. Just nestle it up behind the red, and that's solid. That'll do.
He doesn't want to play this with too much pace.
Good thin shot again. We might get a look in if this cue ball lands right. I don't think we will, but I might be wrong. Again, if we've got a chance of potting this red, we'll certainly go for it. But no, as you can see, it's just out. But he hasn't snookered us. Again, we'll try and hit this as thin as possible. Maybe even get it. I don't know how this would work, but I'm not a big fan of playing these sort of shots, but we will play it. Bit of... No, actually, we'll just play it as thin as possible.
So he's looking to play safe
Oh.
again. This is fascinating.
That's us mucking about, trying to fiddle with shots, realising we've got a shot timer here. We might have left the red open and all that. But it's been a very cagey match so far. Over 5 minutes gone. And, what, 4 pots? Not even that, actually, because we got the 4 points for the foul. And we got 1 red, so 3 pots so far. But a pot on that red now, and I think he might be on his way.
just look at that for a positional
That
shot.
mistake might have just let him in. Solid blue, and he's got position on this red nicely close to the cushion. You know, he's clearly no mug, this player, knows what he's doing. And if you are watching, of course, if any of you watched that I play against. Make sure to leave it down in the comments. Would be great to know if any of you watch the content that I play against in this series. And of course, if you do want to play against me in this series, feel free to send me a message on any of the social channels or in the comments here, and we can get a date sorted, either for a tournament match or for a just online an exhibition match on the online versus mode.
A lot of power.
Interesting. Very good shot there. Very good shot. You might have argued he got a little bit lucky, but he's got prime position on this red. I don't know how I can get my colours mixed up. I've done this a few times today. The colour, the black, the red. I mean, it's obviously a red. Don't worry, I'm not colour blind or anything. I'm just very strange. But, ooh. Not so well played, as he snookered himself. Not so well played there. I might have been more inclined to play a bit of screwball just to get myself out of that situation. But I think that he has snookered himself. He definitely has, because he can't get to the right-hand side of the pink. Can't get to the left-hand side, I don't think, because of that red. And the black's certainly off limits, and of course everything else blocks the colours. But he's got out of it, and I have to say he's done that very well.
He's played that very well.
That's the words right out of my mouth.
Not easy.
Yeah, I am rubbish at these shots, so if we pop, this will be a miracle.
Close.
No, it's not there. And to be honest, I don't really think it's going to be our frame particularly. Don't really feel like we've been given a chance. He's asserted his dominance so far with the safety shots he's played, not really giving us a chance at all. But this red we've left on the cushion's a tight one, so he might muck up here, but the red's pretty much still open. You know, pretty much just still in that cluster. But definitely manoeuvre room, or room for manoeuvre rather, not manoeuvre room, that just sounds stupid. But he's taking his time over this one. And he's still missed it. Well, that is gutted. Look at how he's just hanging over the pocket. Oh, he must be gutted with that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it just wheels itself in while we sit here. But no, we're going to take this pot on. We might as well. Need to hit it quite hard though, just to... Oh, that... I think it'll go over the table, won't it, if we hit it that hard. So let's be just careful about this. Be mindful. Try and get some screw back on this. It might go disastrously wrong, but I think we should be okay. Yeah, that's fine. And we get good position on a pink on the way through. Good stuff. This could be an opportunity for us now if we play our cards right. He hasn't really given us a look in so far, but this is the, to be honest, the biggest look in we've had. But you could argue he hasn't really used his opportunities that much so far.
This should be pretty straightforward.
Now, to only been on 20 points after this long. It's a little bit questionable. This blue is going to really interrupt things here. Oh. I think it is anyway. Let's have a look. But I think it will. Yeah, we can't get to that red. That's annoying. Really is. Now, does this red on the edge go to the... Oh, I don't like this card. I mean, it's cracking, but it's a little bit complicated to use. That won't go, will it? No. The one on the edge will definitely go, but we can't get to that, so that's a bit of a problem. So, safety shot required here. Looks like it.
This safety would be a test of his
Unfortunate. Not often a player like that gives you a look in. But if we can get this up to the bulk, and this looks pretty good, then we should be fine. And it requires a very long pot, but after 10 minutes, a longer amount of time than we actually spent in the last match. Unbelievably, there's only really been a small mattering of pots.
Lots of power on this shot.
But he's going for this long pot and he's got it. Well, fair play to him.
He's got a real chance here.
We tried to shut it off, but we couldn't. And players like that, I think are probably a similar ability. Maybe can't build the breaks, but can see the long pots like that. And if you're playing a player of that ability, they're not going to, they're going to take up that opportunity, aren't they? Every day of the week. So would I. It's a shot that if we were in that situation, we'd take on. Again, a player who's very precise with his potting, it seems, certainly no mug. And if he carries on like this, it's going to be a arrivederci to this match, and it'll put us back on even footing.
For the right centre here.
Interesting one into the middle. Bit of an interesting one he took there, but a good pot nonetheless. But he can't get to the black. The pink's a little bit obscured. I mean, he could go for one of the colours near the top of the table. That's probably what he will go for. But let's see what he does. He might do something different to what I would do here. End of the day, we're all different.
An expert long potter.
No, he is going for the blue. Oh, and it's there. I did think it might be going a little bit wayward, but his positional play is fantastic. No question about that. And with this break, it's not a massive one, but this only over one frame, and with every shot he plays and with every second he ticks down, the probability of us winning this match gets lower and lower.
That's a great pot.
Soft pink, and it's right in the heart of the pocket. Yeah, the red's all suitably placed now. The black potentially a little bit out of commission, but if he does move a few reds, that will soon be changed. But some matches you don't have a look in, unfortunately. That's a good pot on the red, and to be honest, I think we are just going to skip till the end of this break now. You know, I don't really think we're going to get another look in here.
20.
Well, as you can see, it is end of break, but he played a good safety. You know, he's 43 ahead with 44 ahead with 43 remaining on the table. So he's going to whack this red and see what happens. Doesn't look too bad, not too far away. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we're going to concede the frame from there. And TM Skull wins that one. Good match. Again, only used 24 minutes of our half an hour today. So we have got time to play one more match in today's episode. I'll have a quick look on the rankings again after this one. Really infuriating that I still can't find where we are. But if we can't find ourselves, we'll go straight to the next match and have a look after the third match of this episode. So, for our third game of the day, we play against Mr. Zaki, who seems to not have had any games online so far. That might be advantage, might not. We've changed our player to Mark Davis. Again, another solid player, played against John Higgins and did lose, so not the best record, really. We're playing as two losers from the first round. Of course, Kyron Wilson still not played his first round of the World Championships yet, as I record this. But, no, still couldn't find where we are on the rankings. That's a little bit annoying, to be honest. At the end of the day, I'll get to a point where we're to about 400 and think we can't be this far down. But then equally get to about 100 and think, well, we can't be this far up. So, very peculiar where we are. I don't know how I found myself before. I just kept scrolling through and I thought, oh, there we are. And I'm sure we were about 267. So that's what will go on the thumbnail at today's video of where we are in terms of the rankings. But we'll have to find out and just see if we progressed anywhere. I don't think there's no way of actually finding out in terms of saying, right, here's your player. You've just got to manually look, but it's a little bit frustrating. But Mr. Zaki yet to take his first shot, but here we go. Well, he can't be that bad online. That was an unlucky shot, to be honest. It was a miss, but a very unlucky one. He got the right idea, certainly. But this looks like a decent pot.
This isn't easy.
Again, play it soft, give you every chance. Don't know why the fans are just applauding like mad. Seems very weird. Stop, stop, stop. Again, I'm not brilliant at playing those long pots and getting position out of them. Blue might be a possibility here, but I'm just going to play the yellow.
This is not easy.
Certainly not easy, agreed. But it's there. If we could keep the cue ball going, it'd be good. But actually, it's not a bad shot to nothing, really, because it just keeps the ball safe. But we're going to play a safety here, just try and get it back up the table.
Won't want to overhit this.
Yep, certainly won't want to overhit this, agreed. Back up the table, though, and that is a pretty solid safety. We'll take that. And within 2 minutes of the game, we're ahead. Woo!
Mark Davis, 3.
He's key, and he certainly doesn't want to overhit this.
Well, he's played the safety himself, but he's opened up the reds a lot more than we did. So can we take advantage? It's all about whether there's a pot on, and I think there is. That red would be the most optimum. That red is certainly on. Give it a good whack.
To play this with a lot of power.
Good pot. And hopefully we can get position on something if we come back up the table.
Very good here.
Again, if this stops, it's well on the yellow, but... Ooh, come on, come on. Yeah, that should still be fine on the yellow. I know we've only took your reds and yellows so far, but there's nothing wrong with the yellow.
I can't see any problems here.
Get this back down the table, see where it ends up. This could be good. Nice.
3.
Ooh. Question whether that goes, but... Ooh, this one might look alright. No, it doesn't go, unfortunately, does it? In terms of through our lens. But this one will go. It's a very tight one. Play it soft, give it every chance of going in. But no, it's not quite there. I saw that from the outset, and that was a little bit of a poor shot. And this could give... I think it's Zaki, is it? Is it Zaki? I forget, to be honest. Yeah, Zaki, a chance of getting back into this. He's cutting it short. Is he going to play a shot at all?
Taking this on.
Well, he ran out of time. Whether he did play a shot or not, I don't really know. Because it's not clear whether they do play a shot or not, whether it's kind of like AI controlled once the timer runs out. But if it wasn't AI controlled, that's a very impressive shot. We can't... Oh, we can get through to that red. That's a bit lucky, isn't it? Gonna give us a good whack on the backspin just to see if we can get the reds moving. That's not too bad. We'll take that every day of the week. So I think we might be on the pink. Trickier one there than it seems, so no thanks. Ooh, but we can't get the yellow. We can't get our safe ball. Oh dear. Brown looks the next best option then.
Tricky pot, no doubt.
And it is a tricky one, but it's there.
Brilliant. What a pot.
What about
And
that?
position starts to open up a little bit from here. Fancy that red right next to the pink. That will go, I would say. Yeah, certainly will. Get a lot of screw back.
Well, he's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
And that's a good shot. Maybe not so much on the position, but it does open up some of the reds and some of the colours. See, I've got that stupid red and colour mix up again. Honestly, I don't know what I'm like today.
Long potter he is, so I'd assume he'd take this.
That's a good blue.
Well, that's a top
Can we get 2 wins out of 3 in today's episode? Would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
11.
Now, that second match, we were struggling. I know it's obvious, but we were struggling and we didn't play really well. But this is a trickier pot than it seems, to be quite honest. So we want some pace, but we don't want to play with too much just in case the shot's a little bit off. And it is, it's way off. Well, in our first match, we played some really good snooker. The second match, we weren't really given a chance. And in this match, we've played some pretty mediocre snooker. Oh, well, Zaki's missed that one by quite a bit as well.
That should have been potted.
Yeah, it should be potable, shouldn't it? I mean, he lets himself off on that red because we can't get to it. But this is a narrow pot, but I reckon we can get it. Ooh.
He's looking to pop
Tough
this
one.
into the right corner.
I don't think it's going to go unless we get a bit lucky. No, it doesn't. Well,
To tighten up his game here.
some unbelievably rubbish snooker from both players so far. I'm sure he'll get this pot to open up his account. But this might well just simply go to who's got the most points at the end of the match. And I know that sounds stupid because that's the case with every bloody frame. But in terms of the time will run out and the frame won't be necessarily over. That was a rubbish statement to make. That was awful. Just sounds daft. Now, I think if that hadn't have touched the black, it would have gone into the pocket, to be honest. It was going straight to the pocket. Now, what's he going to go for here? Black might be an option. It's the middle. Tricky pot, though. Blue's off limits, I think. So he's got a bit of a tricky shot here. He might have to play aggressive. No way you can really play a safety.
Very tricky shot coming up.
Oh no, he can get to the brown, but he's off target. Well, that's disappointing for him. He'll be gutted with that. Now, there's no way through for that red, unfortunately. Not really a way through for any of these, so it's going to have to be this one to the corner. And as you know, I'm not a fan of these particularly. But it's there.
That's a top shot. Well played.
And we will have position on the pink.
1.
And I think we've just got... I don't know if it's just because this guy has just started playing the game. And it was just like us when we started playing. He hasn't quite got the ability to make the big breaks yet. And that's going to be what sets him and lets him down a little bit. But we were like that at the start of the game. You know, I can completely appreciate that. If it's someone who's just picked up the game, it took us a bit of time to get used to it. I'm certainly not saying that we're quite Ronnie O'Sullivan or James Cahill. Do you get it? But you know, I think we're certainly suitable now and can compete online. Oh, I'm funny with my James Cahill jokes, aren't I? Ronnie really looked ill, didn't he, yesterday? But is that an excuse? Debatable.
He's playing for the right
Certainly
side.
opens up the championship a lot more now that Ronnie O'Sullivan's out, anyway. We really didn't need that kiss on the green. Should have anticipated that, because that has pretty much signalled end of break, unless we have a worldie of a shot here. Gonna try this red. Just want to watch the where the cue ball's going,
No
but
more than half a chance here.
is a half chance. Ooh,
No,
it was nearly
not
there.
that
Where's the
time.
cue ball? Oof, we
Close,
just got away with
but a
that.
miss nonetheless.
And as I say, it was a shot to nothing. It provided safety if we didn't get it, but that wasn't too far off the pocket, to be honest. Considering that angle, it certainly wasn't too far off at all. Ooh, unfortunate again from him. He's just missed that. But with that, he does open up a few more reds. So we're not going to complain. Turn the cue about. Walk around the table in effect. And we'll slot that one in quite happily. Obviously can't play with too much backspin because of where the other red is. A kiss on the green might not have been too bad there. Would have certainly made position a little bit easier.
1.
Now there's a few shots we can take on here. The black certainly isn't one of them. The brown probably the best option. But soft is the way to go. Definitely going into the heart of the pocket, and that's a good pot. Soft is just sometimes the way to go.
5.
Again, I've said this plenty of times, but it still is relevant. Don't play with pace unless you have to. You know, you might want to be greedy and get into a few reds, hit it to the table. But really, in any situation, the most important thing is the pot. You know, deal with the shot you've got next when it comes. Because like this one, you could say, well, we're off on the blue, it's a disaster. But actually, you know, there is the yellow up here. It's not the end of the world. As long as you play with the intention for a decent positional shot, then if you don't get it, you're just a bit unfortunate. But sometimes you get a bit lucky, sometimes you don't. It's the game of snooker, and sometimes it just happens like that. But at the end of Toby's life lesson on snooker and how to deal with failure, let's get on with the match, eh? Right, if we can bring this round, it's not looking bad for the black, but not quite as hard as I wanted to. But again, I think this might be, unless this, no, it's fine on the pink. There you go. Again, how to deal with failure. You just get position on another pot. Bit of side being played here, just for positional purposes. But just under 8 minutes to go, I'd say we've got a good, very good, in fact, very good position in this game. At the end of the day, we're 44 ahead, so that can't be looked upon lightly. Play this straight. There's no need to put much spin on this, to be honest. Probably the birds outside. Don't worry, it's not like 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm getting my wake-up call. That kiss on the black wasn't too bad. End us up quite nicely on either the blue or the pink, whichever one we fancy taking on. Blue probably makes more sense because you can screw back and just get position on this on the red.
No real problem here.
Another 5 points though, we'll take that.
21.
And with a few more reds, the frame will be over. Really getting into this series now, aren't we? You know, 5 games in, won 3 of them. Yeah, won 3. Have we? I'm just trying to think on camera because obviously we didn't play those 2 games because they weren't on camera. So we've won 3 on camera, I think, and lost 2, haven't we? So that's a bit unfortunate. But this black, there's 3 reds left. So that'll pretty much secure the frame.
Lost the cue ball a little bit there.
We did lose the cue ball there, correct? You're about right.
29.
But it won't matter too much. That won't provide any solace, as David Hendon would say. Just gonna give this a good whack now, not particularly bothered. This might go, you know. It is gonna go. Well, well, well. You know, I was on about that thing called luck. You just need to go for it sometimes. If you don't buy a ticket, you won't win the raffle.
30.
This colour will definitely make sure of the frame. That's quite remarkable. That was a fantastic shot there. And the blue's going to be right in the heart of the pocket.
That's a top shot.
And that should be the frame.
35.
So just going to give this a blast, up the table, and then hopefully he will probably concede. Good break in the end. Again, it was a slow start to the match, that's definitely fair to say. But 64 behind with 43 remaining. We have won that match, and it's 2 out of 3 for the matches today.
And match, Mark Davis.
So, there we go. Only a highest break of 35. He only got 1 pot. Blimey. Only the 1 red. So we dominated in there. 65 points in that frame. And we've got a 100% record as Mark Davis. There you go. That'd be quite a turn up for the book in real life, wouldn't it? But I won't end the video just yet. Going to try again, trawl through the rankings, see where we are. Really dedicated to actually finding where we are in the rankings, and then we'll end off the video. Really annoying, I still can't find myself in that list. I've gone from 1 to 300, and we're definitely above 300 with how many matches we've played. There's a hell of a lot of players, probably about a 200 block with 16 points, which suggests to me they've probably only played 1 game. So we've got to be a bit above that, but the top of the rankings at the moment is Grey Matter 101. I know it was Ash Chill in 2012 beforehand, but he has now moved off the top of the rankings. But we've had 4 tournament wins, 3 tournament losses, and there are 12 days to go. So that means 12 episodes left in this series. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to leave a like down below, comment down below as well, and subscribe to the channel for daily Road to the Top stuff as well as daily Neil Robertson career mode. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the snooker today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.